everyone, and welcome to my home on the hillside here in Wales. I'm Caroline, and today I'm going to show you my haul that I bought while I was on holidays in France. Now, the big question is, did I overdo it? Did I buy too much? I suppose there will be varying attitudes on this. I won't be going back to France till next year, so best to buy as much as I can. On the other hand, am I going to use all this in a year? I like to think so, but I'm sure if any of you out there love fabric, collect fabric, it's probably not all going to get used up. But in my defence, I have started using some of it already while I was away, so there we go. I'm not such a bad girl. So let's have a look at these first. Now, these came from it's Emmaus House, it's called. They've got a big farm, and part of it is all devoted to selling on second-hand things. This was they've got one barn that's just for fabrics and textiles, bedding, pillowcases, tablecloths, that sort of thing. Now, these were, well, if I describe it to you, as you walk in, there's like all cabinets and dressers, and you can see what's on the shelf. But the drawers and cupboards in there, and I didn't know you could look in there. But my husband, being particularly nosy, decided he was going to check and see what was in there. And he found these. So I'll show you what I got, and I have never seen these before. Let's see if I can sort them out. They're in very long pieces. This is to make a soft toy of a rabbit, a pretty little girl with her apron on, and on the other part, it's just one long piece really. Whoops, turned up that way. You can see there's the back of her and the instructions, which are in French, but that's because I speak a bit of French, that's fine for me. Fortunately, in these days of Google, you can just point your phone at it and it'll translate it for you anyway. Isn't it marvellous? You can travel anywhere in the world and you can still communicate. So I got that pretty cute little bunny. In the comments, do let me know which of these you think is your favourite. So I got this little cute bear holding his pot of honey. And on the back, of course, is the back of the little cute bear. Again, in French, the instructions. I think there's some in here that are not. Look at that, the very next one. This is a bunny in his dungarees with his cap on. Leave open end for stuffing. There you go. They're very basic instructions because these are very basic toys. There are no joints or anything. You basically just a lot of basics. You sew all the way around the edges, leaving a gap. They've even told you where to leave the gap. Or putting your right sides together, sew all around them, leave a gap, then you turn them in the right way, stuff them, and hand stitch the little gap. And you've got yourself a soft toy. So I just love these. I don't know if they're vintage. I can't find a date on them. This one is Spring Mills Ink. So there's that one. And we've got this one, which is monkeys. You've got a girl monkey. There she is. And there's the back of her. And over here we've got this little monkey here with the back of him. And there's a baby monkey in the middle. Let's open this out and show you. There's the little baby monkey with obviously the back. Pop those down there. And now we've got a big boy bunny. I think. Well, there's the back anyway. And there's the front. Oh, could be girl. I don't know, could be boy or girl really, couldn't it? It's very cute, whatever it is. Leave open end for stuffing, so there we go. Another English instructions one. I got this one. I thought this was exceptionally cute. This is look at that little mouse. Isn't it lovely? This is English as well. Look at this one. With his lollipop. I think in America you call them suckers. Not sure. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. And then this way up you got they're very difficult to show you because they're all facing different directions. We've got this pretty little girl, and look, you've got another little baby with a lollipop there. What colour was the other baby? Green. And that one's pink. And then now this one, my son reckons has got very freaky eyes. He says he thinks it would make a great Halloween decoration. Oh, poor little bunny. They are a bit creepy though, aren't they? So look. What do you think? So this one, this is instructions in French as well. So there's the front and there's the back. So you get the idea there. This is an exclusive design, but no date again. I'm pretty sure these are vintage. I would say 60s. What do you reckon? 50s, 60s? But you may know better. You may have some of these. If you have, please let me know any information you have on them, because I would love to know. So that was all the things I got from Emmaus House. Now we're going to move on to the street market. Now I have got some new things as well, and I'm wondering whether to make this into 2 videos so you can watch the one and then have a breather and next week watch the other one, because we're already 6 minutes in. I know. I think I'm talking too much. I'm feeling so relaxed after that holiday, so I'm up and ready to go now. I'll show you some new things. We went to a shop. I was looking for a fabric shop, and I thought, well, I'll treat myself to a fat quarter. You're a bit wonky. You're a bit weird. It's just, see, well, not you, but the camera, what you can see. That's the only thing with the lines. You can see when you're wonky. I went into a fabric store. We eventually found one. They're not easy to find in France. And they had fat quarters in. They were $4.50 a fat quarter. They weren't nice patterns, and they weren't a particularly good fabric. I didn't recognise the maker on them, and I thought, $4.50 a fat quarter? No, I'm not paying that. My husband he's a terrible enabler. No, go on, it'll be a lovely memory of the holiday. No, I am not paying $4.50 for a fat quarter I don't even like. Then we went to a shop called Action, which is actually, if you look at it, it's spelled action in English, but it's pronounced Action. They had fat quarters. Now, these fat quarters here, there are 4, I think it is, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 different fabrics in a pack. And these were, drum roll, €2.63, I think it was, something like that. So, about £2.50 for 4 fat quarters. Better quality fabric and nicer patterns, I think. So you can see you've got a solid, a stripe, a spot, and you know me and my spots, and then this pattern. They're not the prettiest in the world, I will grant you that. They're not really bright and vibrant, and a lot of things I see nowadays seem to be bright, vibrant colours or big, huge flowers. But that's all fashion, and for me, I'm not into the fashion of quilting. I'm just into quilting. If anything, I'm into the older fashioned patterns, like the smaller patterns, things like that. So this one's got stars and bitty spots, like a rash, and another fabric on the back there. And this is the same, only in a different colourway. Well, I thought it was. Looking at it now, it's not really, is it? I saw those sides and thought, well, they must be the same. So that's got the rash, like that one. And that's got stars like that one, just in a different order. And then that there. So I don't know what I'm going to make with those. But I did treat myself to those for my holiday memento, because the others are just practical working stock. But these I can make something up and always remember my trip to France. Right, so let's go next to some things I bought at the street market. I got this. Now, this is really not for shrinking violets. Let's have a look what this is. It's written backwards. Can you read from the other side? Veritable wax block prints. High target. And there's a number, 2998707, in case you're looking for it, if you love it and you want to buy it. I have no idea where you would get it from. And this I got for €3. And I would say there's, I did work, I think there's about 4 meters here. So they had a few of them, but I wasn't really keen on the others. But I love these for fussy cutting. Futty cutting. Have you heard them? Futty cutting. So you've got these you could cut out. It would also make a lovely quilt back on a modern or modernistic type quilt. I can cut out these into, you imagine putting a hexagon on there and you've got yourself a really, I know that's not a hexagon, it's a triangle, but use your imagination. You could do that sort of thing. So it's got a lot of potential, this one. And it's a really nice quality cotton fabric. It's a little thicker than normal quilting fabric that I would use, but it's not like that thick, bulky stuff that you couldn't use. It's more for upholstery or curtains. It's very usable. And if you're just using it on its own, it doesn't matter at all. Being me, I just incorporate it in. For me, I think, well, the origins of patchwork, they just grabbed anything they could, any old, you could have somebody's bit of leg of an overall, a bit of a shirt, a bit of an old silk dress. They just bunged it all together. So I try to keep myself to 100% cotton, exactly the same thickness, but sometimes I just let myself go and just put whatever. I think, well, I'm just in keeping with the old way. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So other than that, there was no real yardage other than this one. There was a couple selling their fabrics all in little bags, and you could get, I think it was, what was it, €2 a bag or 3 for €5. So I bought myself quite a few of them, but this was all in one bag. You can see it's a lovely, I don't know if it's picking up for you, it's like a buttery yellow rather than a yellow, if you see what I mean. So there were some little bits, and there was this long piece in here, and so I reckon there's at least 2 yards of this, and I love it. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to get that because I'm quite fancying the idea of making a black and white quilt with yellow, and I think that would look really nice. I always think of like a cerise pink or something with black and white, or red, but I've been fancying a yellow. It's just been in my head, and so when I saw this, I thought it'll be perfect for that. So I got that one. Oh, I did get another one with yardage in from that person. See if I can dig it out. Look at this. So this cost me, well, €2, because I bought 3 bags, cost me a third of that. €3, 3 bags for €5, and I'm very tired. We've travelled back yesterday, so you're going to have to do the math, sorry. There we go. I think that is gorgeous. It's a field full of very bright, I don't know whether they're supposed to be crocosmia or whether it's supposed to be wheat and they've just picked strange colours. But they're about 3 meters of this, I think I've got. So I'm very pleased with the price on that. I can add to it or make if I'm making a smaller quilt, I could use it as a back. What I'll probably do is cut it for a back. I cut down this way, and then I'll add a panel and then join these on either side, and it just stretches it, and the same across ways as well. So there's that one. So another very bright and in your face one. Now the rest of the bags were all made up of little bits and pieces. So these are in no particular order. I did try to sort out the colours when I was on holidays, but I just had so many other things to do. I didn't really get the chance to spend ages playing with my fabrics. So let's have a look at the pink patterned ones. We've got this one, which is quite traditional. I've seen something like or similar many a time. But then you've got this one, which is slightly different. Quite nice. A bit like the green daisies. I don't know if you remember my lament about the fact I'd run out of the green with the daisies on, and I still haven't been able to find any. That's similar in a different colourway, but it's still not like that green daisy that I loved. Got some pink candy stripe. Some red. Somebody's been making a quilt back, I'm assuming, and this was just chopped off it. I love getting all these little bits and pieces. Well, you know me, when I like to open them out sometimes and see what people have been cutting out. And also the thought that the rest of this fabric is on a quilt somewhere, probably in France. And I wonder what it looks like. I'll never find out. I got this one, which was much bigger, but I cut a lot of this out to make the quilt I was working on when I was on holidays. It became very useful. I was looking in the bags, although they were jumbled, I was trying to find things with browns and beiges in to suit my quilt. So I got that one. Now this one's a bit like eyeballs, do you think? Or little teddy noses, something like that. I'm not sure about this one. I don't know if I love it or hate it. I can't make my mind up, but I'm sure it'll come in handy for something blue I'm making. And we got some more pink with thicker and thinner stripes. And some more pink with thicker and thinner stripes. I was keeping an eye out for some pink, purely because I find it's not difficult to get secondhand. I don't know why. I imagine there'd be a lot of it because people are using a lot of pink. But maybe they don't want to give up their pink scraps or their pink offcuts. I don't know. This was in a bag. I don't particularly like it. Let's have a look what this is. Put my glasses on so I can see better. This is Contempo by Rebecca Yaffe for Free Spirit Studio Collection. It looks a bit 80s to me. Does it look a bit 80s to you? I still think it'll be fine cut up in a quilt, but for me, the colours and everything, I don't know. It's just, for me, feels a bit 80s. And then you got this, which you can never go wrong with a small floral plinth. Let's have a look. What's somebody be doing here? Been cutting out triangles, do you think? Something like that. Be lovely in a quilt. Now, this was 10p. on a separate stall, and it's just, I'm not sure if it's a tea towel or I think it's possibly a serviette. I don't know. It's got a narrow hem there, but it's got a wider hem there. But I have no idea why, so I don't know what that is. But it's a lovely bit of vintage cotton. It's definitely vintage. It's been washed to death, so it's got a lovely feel to it. I really like that sort of textile to put into a quilt. Oh, we got some red. What are they? Little torches, do you think? Supposed to be flame torches? I'm not really sure. And then we got some red with red spots. And you know me with red and spots, so I'm very pleased with that one. I got some of these checks because they were in the bags, but I'm not a big fan of working with checks anymore because I find it difficult to cut the lines straight. You know, maybe that's a very small complaint, but if I'm, like sometimes I cut several layers at once and I've tried. I cannot get the layers to all line up, so I have to cut each piece individually, whereas normally I could fold it like that, cut 4 at a time. You can't do that with stripes. I've taken the time. I've really measured it in my mind as carefully as I could, and I still get it wonky. So that's put me off stripes, not stripes, checks or stripes actually, a bit. But I really like that anyway. It's got a lovely country feel, so I may try to overcome my stripe allergy. I'm seeing if I got anything that would go good with that, because I do like it. Oh, it goes quite nice with that. Not sure. Just pop it there. And then there was this little bit of red check here as well. There were some little tiny bits as well with this. Marcus Brothers Textiles. And in the same bag as these two was this one. This, I really like the colours on this. It's just got that aged look. And as you know, I don't mind modern quilts, but when I'm making them, I just get more of a kick from making something that looks a bit aged. And so that I really like. It's like muted browns and greens, isn't it? It's not bright and in your face. Saying that though, I think my last 2 favourite quilts were quite modern. So I'm a very eclectic, jumbled up crafter. I suppose that's the best way to describe it. I can never come down one way or another. You know what I'm like. Making up my mind is terrible. I make up my mind and I change it. So let's have a look. I did have some Christmas things, sure, some Christmas fabrics. If I can dig them out from my pile. I just piled it all up by the side of me and thought I could sort it out as we were working through, and it's turning out to be not as easy as I thought. Just move those over there. And I wasn't particularly going for Christmas fabric, but when I saw these, I couldn't resist. So I'll get there now. It's a big, there we are. My piles are all collapsing. That's not, get over there. It's not your turn yet. So I've got this one, which I think is supposed to be mistletoe. What do you reckon? I know they're yellow and mistletoes are more cream, but I think that's possibly mistletoe, which would make it Christmas. There's this one, which is red with like a gold snowflake on. And this one, which is all like Christmas labels. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but it was in with other Christmas things, so it just ended up with me. I'm not a big fan of these because I've never yet made Christmas labels with them, because I don't know, I haven't got a really good fabric pen, I suppose. I need to figure out which is the best one to use. And I think then if, say I wrote this to Fred from Caroline, okay? Well then, Fred's got it. He can't reuse it because it says to Fred from Caroline. So my daughter and son-in-law, we have this thing going on where they cross out. I put to them from mum and dad, and then they cross that out and put to mum and dad from them, and then the next year I cross it out. And these labels have just been going on for years. It's just a bit of a family joke. But you couldn't really do that with, well, Fred, somebody who didn't know, whoever Fred is. So I'm not sure what to do with those. I am thinking of coming up with a way that you could slip the writing on a little card into like a holder on the back. And then you could take that out and use the tag again, because I love things being reused. If you do that as well, they're less likely to, if they're not a sewist or a quilter or somebody who appreciates homemade things, they might throw that in the bin with the wrapping. Whereas if they can see that it's reusable, they may reuse it next year, which is always good. But this one, which has got various, I'm sure I've seen this before. I'm wondering if I've already got some of this. I've not spent a lot of time looking at my Christmas fabric, so I'm not sure. And I got this one, which is really pretty. some of these look familiar to me, but it's because I've spent like a week or so with them in my caravan all spread out so that I could look at them. So that may be confusing me. This is pretty, look at that. It's like a semi-solid cream with gold trees. And this one, which is holly with gold on again. A lot of these have got gold on them. And then that is that the same as that one? No, it's not. It's completely different. I wondered if maybe it was a different colourway of the same fabric. Not a lot of that. But that would work as a backing on... Where's my panel gone? Lost my panel. I suppose I could put it, if I was going to make a tag out of one of these, put it on the back. This isn't going to be very easy to show you, is it? Say I've done that there. Again, use your imagination. There will be the front, and then you turn it on the back. So there's plenty to make a couple of tags out of that. Now this has got to be my favourite. I don't know why, but this really appeals to me. Look at that. It's got like, I don't know if they don't even look like holly leaves, but they look like holly berries. I don't know what is it supposed to be, the frost on something or other with holly berries dropped? I don't know. Whatever it's supposed to be, I don't care. I just love it. I haven't checked the selvage on this one. Let's have a look. www.quiltingtreasures.com. Oh, there we go. But I think that's lovely. Oh, some little bits and pieces. And I think because I've already gone for 22 minutes, this has gone on quite a while, I'm going to show you one more thing and then I'll do the rest of the haul next week so that you don't end up falling asleep on me. Unless you like to watch my videos to fall asleep, in which case, sorry about that, you're going to have to click on to the next one if you were just dozing off. I'm going to show you, I wanted to get, oops, I've got everything collapsing, a patchwork book. And I found this, I wanted one in French because I'd like to learn more vocabulary about sewing. Did I show you this? I just found this under my arm. I don't think I showed you that, did I? It's cream. It's another Christmas one. So there you go, a little bonus piece in there. Yeah, I wanted to get myself a book and then I can read it. And there are lots of little... You don't realise what words you don't know until you come across them and you need to know. So I know things like sewing material, pins, but I don't know about, I don't actually know what the word for diagonal is because I've never needed to use the word diagonal. But I think I learned some interesting things in here. An édredon d'enfant, what on earth's an édredon? Do you think it's an eiderdown? But you see, I'll check that up and then I'll know forever. So I think this is going to be interesting. And there may be some things in there, I haven't looked at it yet. But there may be some things there that I would like to make. And if not, I'm going to learn a lot from it. So that's my book. Well, thank you for watching. If you're still here at the end, congratulations. That was quite a big haul, but I've still got more. And I've got some really exciting things to show you in my pile that is still over there. And that'll be next week. And then we can get back to doing some sewing. I'm hoping to get on to Christmas then, because Christmas will be with us in no time. And if you like doing Christmas sewing, then you'll know it does take a while. It's not like popping to the shop and buying something or just writing on a card. It can take a bit longer. I'm going to find some really quick and easy things that we can make because I know, you know what it's like. You write your list, oh, I'm going to sew for this person, this person, this person, this person. Oh, yes, I'll have to do that. And you do one and then you forget for a few weeks. And suddenly it's 1 week to Christmas and you've got 10 people you need to make a gift for. I was like, oh, no. So I will be coming up with some quick and easy Christmas sewing things for you to use up your scraps and to make some really lovely things that people would enjoy receiving. Right, so I'll see you all next time, but until then, don't forget, happy sewing and have fun. Bye.